The state's burden in this case and in any criminal case is to prove the defendant's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, and we have met our burden and we've exceeded that burden. But ladies and gentlemen, the state has gone way beyond a reasonable doubt here. You can have no doubt in your mind that this defendant, Ronnie Oneal III, is guilty of all these crimes. The evidence against this defendant is mountainous. It is overwhelming, and it proves beyond every shadow of a doubt that he's guilty. On his own 911 call, he admits to being the one who killed Kenyatta Barron. On no scenario under which this defendant is not guilty of the murder of Kenyatta Barron. And he asked his biological son, "Did I hurt you that night?" And his son responded, "Yes. How did I hurt you that night? You stabbed me."
He showed you a fraudulent recording where they allege that I beat Kenyatta Barron to death. You will know the truth, whether in this trial or the next one. They committed criminal acts against me with the 911 calls and that fraudulent video that they just showed y'all. I ain't running from nothing. I want you to know the actual facts. I did kill Kenyatta Barron. But I want you to tell it like it is. If you're going to tell it, you guys heard what my son said. And you also heard that I rebutted everything that he said because he said something totally different in the beginning of this case. But you ready to believe my son, whose statements are conflicting all of a sudden because he's been adopted by a detective who worked in this case? That's why I called the police that night, because I know I did what I had to do. I'm telling you, they falsified the audio recordings from her phone, and they falsified the 911 call to make me look like a damn menace to society. It's a bunch of bull.
Okay, Mr. Oneal, please, I'm not going to warn you again. Stop using offensive language unless you're quoting directly from the evidence.
They don't want you to know that they are crooked and corrupt. They know that they could not meet their such high burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. So they tamper with the face of Kenyatta Barron and put all these extra lacerations on her face. And whoever did it is definitely going to pay. You better believe it. He told you that I grabbed an axe and beat my daughter or chopped her to death. You don't know what happened to my daughter. But you better believe I know what happened to my daughter, and that's why Kenyatta Barron is dead. They will say anything to meet their burden of proof. And someone in law enforcement committed a very malicious criminal act by adding all those injuries to and tampering with the body of Kenyatta Barron. The state has not met its burden of proof, which they have to meet beyond a reasonable doubt. And I have showed you several reasonable doubts. Any father would have done the same damn thing and moved in the same similar way that I did out of pure instinct and passion.